In this video, I'm going to share my personal experience of using the iPad Pro 11-inch with the Magic Keyboard and the reasoning why I sold it and got this little one, the iPad Mini 6. When I initially bought the iPad Pro 11-inch with the Magic Keyboard, I had really high hopes for it. At the time, I was in the market for a new travel laptop. I needed something that would be a backup to my 14-inch MacBook Pro that's fully spec'd that costs $5,000, and I just didn't want to use that device on every occasion. I just didn't want to lose it or break it while I was traveling. And I was really thinking about the MacBook Air 13-inch, the M1 version. At the end, the iPad Pro caught my attention because it could potentially be a good retouching tablet, photo retouching tablet. I'm a photographer, a videographer, so that was my main reason why I decided to went for it. And also it offered a beautiful screen, and I previously owned some iPads, so I knew that it's gonna be really great for consuming content or playing games, which I really like to do when I'm traveling. Additionally, a lot of reviews suggested that it could be a replacement for a laptop if you are combining it with the Magic Keyboard, which I did. However, after using it for 1 year, I realized that the iPad Pro wasn't fulfilling my expectations, and all the reviews were actually wrong. First, the whole file handling was terrible. The iPad OS is just terrible regarding handling a lot of files. As a photographer and videographer, I usually try to handle a lot of files, so for me that was the first deal breaker. And also the whole Photoshop experience was really not great. It's a bit crippled compared to the desktop variant of Photoshop. So I couldn't use it with my traditional workflows, and I couldn't do what I can do on my desktop. And I really did give it a chance, and I waited maybe the future software updates will bring something new, but unfortunately they didn't. And if I combine it with the Magic Keyboard also, that's one of the things that I didn't like that much. So if you want to have experience of a laptop, you have to combine it with the Magic Keyboard, because that's the best keyboard that you can get for the iPad, I would say. But it's really heavy. So combined with it, it loses its purpose of being light and easy to carry around. So I stopped carrying it. At the end, it ended up being a home device, not like a travel device. In the last few months, I only used it for typing emails, like writing scripts for YouTube, or just playing games or watching content, which is really like a waste of money considering how much the device costs. And it was just time to sell it, because I was just wasting money by having it laying on my table for months, barely using it. But when I sold it, like a week after, I decided to do some YouTube video, and I noticed that I missed the iPad from my workflow. So okay, I decided I will go with the cheaper version, because for the YouTube workflow, for reading scripts and writing stuff, it's really great to have an iPad. The iPhone is just a tad too small. That's when I decided to give iPad Mini 6 a try. I was hesitant at first because I was afraid that it's gonna end up like the iPad Pro. I'm not gonna use it and I will feel bad because I bought it and spent money on something that I don't use. Luckily, it exceeded all my expectations. It's small, it's light, it's like half the weight and size of the iPad Pro, and offers almost everything that the iPad Pro does regarding functionality. Yeah, it was a good choice, and also it costs almost half the price. So I bought the iPad Mini 6 prior to a longer trip to New York, which was a perfect occasion to test it really well. And it was great. It was really small and practical to use in the flight. The content consumption was great. It was immersive. I enjoyed it. I played some games. On that side, it was almost as good as the iPad Pro. First of all, I didn't get tired of watching a long movie while holding it because it's small and it's ideal size, and combined with the iPad Pro provides a really nice sound. I'm aware that the iPad Pro had a better screen, better sound, but I don't miss it as much as I was thinking that I'm gonna miss. I do miss the Face ID. It has a Touch ID, but I would prefer to have the Face ID. It's more practical. At the end, I could still edit some photos on it, but it didn't come with the price tag of the iPad Pro. For few photos, it's fine. For a batch of photos, I would always go with the laptop. And one thing that I really missed was the typing experience of the Magic Keyboard. Apple unfortunately didn't release a keyboard case for it. I got this one. This is something that I found on Amazon. From all the reviews, this seems the best choice. I will leave the link down there in the description for those that are interested in. And I will do a review soon on this channel, so if you're interested in these, subscribe. The keyboard case is good. It's not as good as Magic Keyboard, but it's good enough and it's much cheaper. And you could detach it and use it like this. So it's not a bad solution. And to conclude, the iPad mini 6 really exceeded all my expectations and it became a staple in my daily routine. And I use it a lot, more than I ever expected. It's great for content consumption. For now and then, I can even edit some photos. For emails, combined with this keyboard, it's okay. Now, there are still some things that could be improved. For example, I would like to see a Pro variant of this form factor with the beautiful screen that the iPad Pro has, maybe a Thunderbolt connection, more storage options. This is 64 gigs. I went with the basic one because I wasn't sure if it will fit my needs. Maybe I will upgrade it to 256. It would be nice to have an option to get 512 gigs or a terabyte option. I would really like to see a better file handling because that's the biggest gripe with these devices, and I think that's the only thing that is preventing it to become a computer substitute. Also, I would like to see a keyboard case from Apple made for it because I think that would be a really nice thing to have, and it would benefit from having the desktop experience that the iPad Pro has. Like if you connect it now to external monitor, you have like a black bars on side and it's not a great experience. On the iPad Pro, for example, you have a full screen experience and that's much nicer. If Apple introduced all these changes to the new generation of the iPad mini, it would become the best travel computer for sure. Thanks guys for watching. I hope this was helpful and you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like, and if you have anything to say about the iPad mini or iPad Pro, please leave that down there in the comment section. And if you really liked it, subscribe for more content like this, and hope to see you in the next one. Bye!